Okay guys, welcome back to my channel. Now, this episode we're going to be looking at mathematics post UTME questions for the Uniben 2026 post UTME examination that starts tomorrow, or if you're watching the video today, that starts today, which is Monday. This video is dropping on Monday evening, I'm sure of that. So if you're watching me now, this should be Monday evening, and these are questions you should expect in your mathematics exam for this series. Now quickly, we're going to get down to business. Make sure you watch this video before you enter into the examination hall. Question number 1 says solve the equation as shown on the board. Now we have to find the value of x. Now quickly, the first thing to do here is to say, we're going to say let root x be equal to y. So we then have y minus 6 over y equals 1. And I want to multiply all through by the value, that's by y. So I'm going to have over here y squared minus 6 equals y, basically. And then you can take the other y to the other side. So we have y squared minus y minus 6. And that should be equal to what? To 0. This is a quadratic equation we have over here. Now, how do we solve quadratic equations? We're going to look for what numbers you times to get minus 6, but add to get minus 1. And that should be basically minus 3 and plus 2. So quickly, y equals to 3 and y equals to negative 2. Now, because remember y is the root of x, we don't need the negative value. So it means y, which is 3, equals the root of x, and therefore x should be the square of 3, which is 9. So the answer to the first question is 9. Okay, so number 2 says, for what value of x will this fraction be less than minus 1? Now quickly, we're going to solve this as an inequality. Now there's something you should watch out for. Many of you might be tempted to just cross multiply, but now quickly, if you do that, you're going to get it all wrong. Why? Because we have an x term as your denominator, and when you have an inequality sign, whenever you multiply both sides by negative value, the sign ought to change. And because we have an unknown value here, we don't know if it's negative or positive. So the safest way to start is to multiply both sides by the square of the function that has x. So we're going to say, we'll multiply both sides by x minus 3 all squared. So this multiplies 1 over x minus 3. Then same thing happens here. X minus 3 all squared. Okay. So now quickly, this bottom cancels one on the top. So we have times 1, we have x minus 3 over there less than, and this becomes minus. We're going to open this brackets here. X squared remains x squared minus 6x, and then I think plus 9. Okay, quickly, we're going to expand that guy. X minus 3 less than minus x squared plus 6x, and that's minus 9. So take everything over this way. So we have x squared. Okay, we have x minus 6, that's minus 5x, and then 9 minus 3, that would be plus 6. Okay, less than 0. So what would times to get 6, but add to get minus 5? And that should be minus 3 and minus 2. Yeah, so you're going to swap the value. So x should be equal to 3, or x should be equal to 2. Okay, and we have a less than sign here. But now you're going to be very careful. We have two values, and then you have to know how to do your inequality sign. And quickly, when you have two values for your inequality, the lesser value will swap the sign. So since 2 is smaller than 3, this should become greater than, while this remains what now? Less than. So x is less than 3, but bigger than 2. So you can say 2 less than x less than 3, and this is the answer to the question. Okay, number 3 says eliminate t from this expression. So we asked to combine the expressions, but make sure we don't have t anymore. Quickly, we're going to make t just substitute the formula from this guy since it's simpler. So I'm sure from this equation here, I'm sure you agree that t should be equal to y divided by 2a. I'm going to plug that into here. So we're going to have x equals a into, so y over 2a all squared altogether. So we have x equals to ay squared over 4a squared. And now 1a cancels 1a. So we have cross multiply. Y squared equals 4ax, and this should be the way to be in your option as the correct answer to that question. Number 4 says solve the equation. So we have to solve for x in this logarithmic equation. Quickly, we're going to apply the law of logarithm. Now we all know 9 is also 3 squared, so this can be written as log 3 to the power of 2 and x to the power of 1, and this is log 3 to the power of 1 while x to the power of 2 and this remains 2.5. Now quickly remember the law of log, right? I always tell my students all power belongs to God, so make sure the powers you see are brought down. So we have a power here 2, a power here 1, likewise 1 and 2. We're going to bring them to the back. So this becomes 2 over 1 log 3 base x plus 1 over 2 log 3 base x equals 2.5. Now these two logs are equal, so you can say I'm adding 2 of this to half of the same thing. That should give you 2.5. That's 2.5. So we have 2.5 log 3 base x all equals to 2.5. So this 2.5 can take out the 2.5. So we have log 3 base x equals 1. Now quickly, the law of log says the log number is equal to the base to the power of the answer. So 3 should be equal to x to the power of 1, meaning x equals to what now? 3 as your answer. Okay, number 5 says divide 2434 base 6 by 42 base 6 and leave your answer in base 6. Okay, so quickly, we're going to convert both numbers to base 10. Now, the normal conventional way is to put 0, 1, 2, 3 and whatnot. Okay, but now I'm going to try to avoid that. Now, quickly, I'm going to give you a pattern that works for us and also give my students in classes. Now, quickly, so simplify any number in any base to base 10. You just do a repeated pattern, number times base plus the next number times the base again plus the next number until you get to the final number. Let's try that here. So we have 2 times 6 gives you 12. So now 12 plus 4 gives you 16. Now that's 16 times 6. 16 times 6, sorry, 16 times 6 will give you 96. Now that value plus 3 will give you 99. Now 99 again times 6 will give you 594, and then plus 4 will give you 598. So we have 598 over here in base 10. Now, so for the other number, I'm going to do the same pattern again, same number times base. So we're going to say 4 times 6 is 24. 24 plus 2 gives you 26. So we have 26 over here in base 10. So we're going to divide both numbers together. 598 divided by 26, and that should give you 23. This is 23 in base 10, but we need to convert that value to a number in base 6. So can 6 go to 23? Yes, it goes about, let's say, 3 times here. 3 times the remainder, that should be 5. So we have 5 over here, and then 6 into this guy is 0. You write the 3 back, so we have 35 as your answer in base 6. Number 6 says if 321 base 4 is divided by 23 base 4, it leaves a remainder r. What is the value of r? So quickly, let's convert again to base 10 and divide that to the remainder. Now, what I taught you from number 5, apply the same pattern for number 6. So we're going to say 3 times 4 is 12. 12 plus 2 is 20, sorry, it's 14. So let's see, 14 times 4 again is 56 plus 1, that should be 57. So we have 57 over here in base 10 divided by 2 times 4 is 8. 8 plus 3, that should be 11. So we have 11 in base 10. I'm going to divide those two guys together. Divided by 11, that should give you, okay, 5, yeah, remainder 2. So it's 5 remainder 2. So the remainder for this answer is I will give you 2 in both bases. Okay, number 7 says, given that P ratio Q equals 1 over 3 ratio 1 over 2, and Q ratio R equals 2 over 5 ratio 4 over 7, find P ratio R. Now, there's a normal way I've been taught to solve this question by making sure the values of Q are the same in both ratios. You guys start to multiply by the inverse, but let's try to avoid that. It's supposed to make exam. Let's look for a faster method. Now, quickly, since we have to find P ratio R, can you agree? P ratio R means P divided by R. And this can be gotten from P divided by Q times Q divided by R. Meaning P ratio R is basically P ratio Q times Q ratio R. So quickly, what's P ratio Q? I'm going to get it from here. P ratio Q means P divided by Q. That's 1 over 3, okay, divided by 1 over 2. And then times P ratio R means 2 over 5, okay, divided by 4 over 7. Now, quickly, in your primary school, they taught you when you have division, you're going to swap the other fraction. So you have 1 over 3 times 2 over 1 times 2 over 5 times 7 over 4. Now you can cancel out 2 times 2 gives you 4. Takes out this 4 over here. So we have 7 times 1 equals 7. and 3 times 5 equals 15. So the answer should be 7:15. Number 8 says a basket contains, okay, green, black, and blue balls in the ratio 5:2:1. Okay, if there are 10 blue balls, number of blue balls are 10. If there are 10, sorry, let me write this blue. If there are 10 blue balls in the basket, find the corresponding new ratio when 10 green and 10 black balls are removed. So we're going to be removing, okay, 10 green and 10 black. So quickly, we're told the amount of blue ball in the basket as 10. So let's get the total balls in the basket, okay? So the ratio for blue is 1. Now, ratio is the value you have over the total times the entire thing you're sharing. So the number of blue basically should be 1 over 5 plus 2 is 7 plus 1 is 8 times the total balls equals 10 as given in the question. So quickly you can come here and say that the total ball should be 80 in the bag. So if I have 80 balls in the basket, now quickly, and 10, sorry, 10 are already blue, so the remaining 70 actually amongst black and green. Now we can get the one for green. The number of green balls should be 5 over 8 times 80, okay, and that should be around 50. And the number of black, right, should be 2 over 8 times 80, and that should be 20. So now we're told to remove 10 green and 10 black. So the green ball becomes 40 and the black becomes 10. So now let's see the total balls we have in the ratio. We now have 40 green balls. We also have 10 black balls, and then we also have 10 blue balls. We don't remove blue balls, so we can simplify this. 0 take out 0. So we have 4:1:1 as the new ratio for the balls in the basket. Number 9 says 3 girls share a number of apples in the ratio 5:3:2. If the highest share is 40 apples, so the highest share, which should be for this 5, is 40, okay, find the smallest share. So let's get the total number of apples first of all. So the number of the highest should be 5 over, this looks like 10, right, times 40, right? So this should be 0, sorry, not times 40. 5 over 10 times the total share should equal 40. Sorry about that, okay? Quickly, 5 here, 1. 5 into 40 is 8. The total should be 80. So total share is 80. The smallest share becomes, the number of smallest share becomes 2 over 10 times 80. And that should be around 16 apples. Number 10 says, simplify this expression. So this is cube root of 64 a raised by 3 all raised by -1 in the cube root. Now quickly, these indices, we're going to remove the roots and turn into a power, a fractional power. So we all know cube root means power 1/3. So we have basically 64 a raised by 3 -1 times 1/3, right? That should mean something to us right now. 64 looks like 4 raised by 3. So we have 4 raised by 3, or rather 4a all raised by 3 times this value. We have -3 times 1/3. Okay, so 3 takes out 3, so we have 4a to the power of -1, and that looks like 1 divided by 4b. Now, if you are lost of how I solve this part here, I give the law in my classes as what we call avian law, insider power, under power the inside. So basically, if you observe here, we have a 3 here, and this 4 also gives you a 3. So we have 4a to the power of 3. And the power of 3 here, we multiply the powers outside. Powers must times powers, okay? So we have the power of 3 times -1 gives -3. Then 3 takes out 3, left -1, then do the inverse to get 1 over 4a as the answer to number 10. Number 11 says, if 4 raised power x plus 3 divided by 16 raised power 2x minus 3 equals 1, find x. Now quickly, we're going to make sure the bases are the same. So we already have 4 here. We can also have a 4 here. So basically, the top remains as 4x plus 3, and now 16 is 4 squared. So we're going to have 4 raised power. The 2 will now times the power here. So you have 4x minus 6 all equals, so we all know 1 is 4 raised power 0 basically. Now we're dividing in indices. You pick one base and subtract the power. So you're going to have 4. Now x minus 4x gives you minus 3x. 3 minus 6 will be 3 plus 6, and that's plus 9, all equal to 4. raised power 0. So you're going to equate the base and the power. So we're going to have minus 3x plus 9 equals 0. Therefore, 3x equals 9. And we can say that x equals 3 from that expression. Number 12 says, if log 2 base 10 equals x, express log 12.5 base 10 in terms of x. Quickly, I'm working with this expression here. Now, I'm sure you agree with me that 12.5 actually means 25 divided by 2, and that can be reduced to 5 squared divided by 2. So you can replace this log number by this value here. So you're going to have log, okay, 5 squared divided by 2 base 10. Now this becomes log 5 squared base 10 minus log 2 base 10. Now log 5 squared means, remember, all power belongs to God, so power must go back. So we have 2 log 5 base 10. Now log 2 base 10 was given as x in the question, so we already have x here from the question. Now we have to simplify this 5 again because there's no 5 in what they gave to us. And we all know 5 is 10 divided by 2. So you have 2 log 10 divided by 2 base 10 minus x. So again, we're going to simplify this guy again with the subtraction principle. So you're going to have 2 log 10 base 10 minus that same 2 log 2 base 10 minus x. Log 10 base 10 equals 2, so equals 1. 1 times 2 equals 2, so we have 2 minus, now this is also 2x, so we have minus 3x. So this should be 2 minus 3x as your answer. Number 13 says, simplify 1 over root 3 minus 2 minus 1 over root 3 plus 2. Quickly, we're going to find the LCM, and the LCM is simply the multiple of both denominators. So we have root 3 minus 2 and root 3 plus 2. And over here, you're going to have root 3 plus 2 minus, we have root 3 minus 2. We're going to simplify the top quickly. So you have root 3 plus 2 and minus times that gives you minus root 3 and then plus 2 all over. We're going to apply something you call difference of two squares for the bottom. So what's root 3 squared? That's 3. And then what's 2 squared? That's 4. So root 3 minus root 3 actually disappears. 2 plus 2 equals 4 over minus 1. And the answer to the question is minus 4. Okay, number 14 says, okay, factorize this expression. Now quickly, we're going to apply what we applied here initially, difference of two squares. For those who don't know difference of two squares, I'm going to put it over here. So you put it right here. Okay, so if you have x squared minus y squared is equal to x minus y and x plus y. So if you observe this other part, this and this, what you have here, so you can simplify them with this pattern. So we're going to say this should be, we're going to let's first subtract what we add. Let's subtract, okay? So 4a minus 3a gives you a. 3 minus 2, that's 3 plus 2, and that gives you plus 5 for the first bracket. And the other one to add in the other one. So 4a plus 3a gives you 7a, and 3 plus minus 2, that's 3 minus 2, that gives you plus 1. So the answer becomes a plus 5 and 7a plus 1. Number 15 says, if alpha and beta are the roots of this expression, 3x squared plus 5x minus 2 equals 0, find 1 over alpha plus 1 over beta. Now, those are no fractions. You agree with me that this expression also refers to alpha plus beta over alpha beta. And then from your mathematics in your classes, okay, alpha plus beta equals minus b over a, and alpha beta equals c over a. So a is 3, b is 5, c is minus 2. So minus 5 over 3 divided by minus 2 over 3. Now this 3 comes down, 3 goes out, 3 takes out 3, minus takes out minus, and it becomes 5 over 2 as the answer. Number 16 says, okay, a binary operation, this is defined by A operation B equals A plus B plus 1. Now, find the inverse of 7 under this operation if the identity element is minus 1. So let's find the inverse of 7. Now, quickly, because formula I'll give you now, A operation inverse is always equals to identity, and also A operation identity must always give you A. Now, these two formulas are very important when solving questions in binary operations. We're going to apply the first one because we're asked to find the inverse of 7. So the element A becomes 7. So you're going to have 7 operation I equals E. So anywhere you see A, put 7. Anywhere you see B, put I. So we're going to have 7 plus I plus 1 equals E is minus 1 over here. So now looking for I. So I, 7 plus 1 gives you 8, okay, equals to minus 1. So I equals minus 1 minus 8, and I should give you minus 9 as the answer. Okay, number 17 says, a regular polygon has number of sides as 2k plus 1, okay, and an interior angle as 140 degrees. Find the value of k. Now, for regular polygons, I'm sure you agree with me that the number of sides is equal to 360 divided by one exterior angle. And recall that interior angle plus exterior angle for all polygons must always give you 180. So from this question, our exterior angle is going to be 180 minus 140, and that should give you 40. So we're going to find k now. N is 2k plus 1, so we have 2k plus 1 equals 360 divided by 40. 0 takes out 0, 4 into this is 9. So you have 2k plus 1 equals 9. So 2k equals 8, and obviously k should give you 4 as the answer. Question 18 says, find the equation of the line that passes through 5, 7 and is parallel. Okay, so it's parallel to 7x plus 5y equals 12. Now, for you to have parallel lines, for parallel lines, m2 is always equal to m1 for parallel lines. Okay, y for perpendicular lines, m2 is equal to minus 1 over m1 for perpendicular. So this will help you greatly if other questions should come up from this area. So now from this question, let's find m1 from the equation given to us. Rewrite this expression to look like y equals mx plus c. So m is your gradient. So quickly from here, 5y equals minus 7x plus 12, and then divide all through by 5. So you have y equals minus 7 over 5x plus 12 over 5. So if you compare and contrast, m is minus, so I have m1, sorry, as minus 7 over 5, and that is also equal to m2. Now, when you're forming your equation of a straight line, remember, y minus y1 over x minus x1 equals to your gradient. So we're going to say y minus our y1 is 7. So 7 over x, our x1 is 5. So equals our gradient is minus 7 over 5. So you're going to cross multiply these two expressions. You're going to have 5 times y gives you 5y. 5 times 7 is 35. And then we have minus 7x, another positive 35. So you're going to have 5y plus 7x minus, this should give you 70. 70 equals 0. So this should be your answer for that question. Okay, question number 19 says, the locus of a point equidistant from 2 points P into 6,2 and Q into 4,2 is a perpendicular bisector of PRO passing through dash. Now we all know the locus of point from two fixed points will give you the perpendicular bisector of the line during the point. Now we have to find the point itself. That should be the midpoint. So quickly, we're going to ask to find the midpoint for x and the midpoint for y. Midpoint for x is x1 plus x2 over 2. Y for y is y1 plus y2 over 2. In the question, x1 is 6, x2 is 4. So 6 plus 4 gives you 10 over 2, and that gives you 5. And then for the y, y1 is 2, y2 also 2. So 2 plus 2 gives you 4 over 2, and that gives you 2. So the answer should be 5, 2 as the midpoint for that perpendicular bisector. Number 20 says, okay, sorry, number 20 says, yeah, what is the perpendicular distance of a point 2, 3 from the line 2x minus 4y plus 3 equals 0. Now, when asked to find perpendicular distance, the formula we apply is a modulus of ax plus by plus c all over the square root of a squared plus b squared. Don't forget, okay? Now, x and y are the points given to you. A and b are the coefficients of x and y in the equation given to you, and then c is the one standing alone. So quickly, we're going to say d should be, now our a over here is 2, so we have 2 sorry, x is 2 as well, and then plus our b, that's negative, our b is -4, so -4, and y is 3, okay, and then plus 3, which is c, all divided by square root of a is 2, so 2 squared, and then b is -4, so -4 squared. Quickly simplify this. 2 times 2 is 4, 4 times minus, sorry, 2 is 4, 4 times 3 is 12, so 4 minus 12, that should be -8, plus 3, that's -5, but the absolute value becomes 5, so we have 5 over, now 2 squared is 4, and 4 squared is 16, so we have square root of 20. We're going to multiply up and down by the root of 20, so this gives you 5 times root 20, 5 root 20 over 20. Now 5 into that becomes root 20 over 4. Now what's root 20? That's 4 root 5. Sorry, 4 times 5, but the square root. So root of 4 is 2. So root 20 gives you 2 root 5 over 4. So 2 into 4, and the final answer should become root 5 divided by 2.